In this video, we're going to look at extending the functionality of R. So many programs, and R included, many programming environments, have something called packages. And packages are a way to extend the functionality that comes with them by default. So for example, let's say we have in R, I'm going to create a little vector of numbers, okay? I'm going to start creating about 50 or so numbers, and I'm going to call them V. Now I'll put some numbers here and then expand, and then I'm just going to paste. I have a bunch of numbers from before. Now what I might want to do with this is I can, for example, draw a histogram. So in order to do that, I will use the command hist and then the vector v. If I run that command, then I'll see the histogram of v. Now that histogram has 7, 8, 9 bins, 9 bars, but some bars are 0. So I want to actually have less bars in my histogram. With the hist function, I can't do that easily, but there's another function in R that I know of that can help me with this. And that function is trueHist. So I'm going to try and use the function trueHist and control the number of bars, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to run this with, I'm going to specify the number of bins, and then I'm going to run this. When I click run, I get an error. It says function trueHist could not be found. What that means is that this function, it's either a typo or that function does not exist in R. I know it exists in R, but it doesn't come with my default installation. Instead, my default installation has groups of functions called libraries that are functions that do something related to each other. And I know that trueHist lives in one of those libraries that is not loaded in memory, but it is in my R installation. Why do they do that? Well, to save resources and memory, because not everybody might need trueHist. So they put it as an option. In order to use trueHist, I need to load the library where trueHist is in. And that library is called mass with all capital letters. So using the command library, I can load the library mass. In this case, capital letters, and that's the name of the library. So I'm going to run that, and you will see that there's no output, but I know that it loaded. Otherwise, I'd get an error. So now I can actually go and run my trueHist command. And we see that I have 5 bars like I specified, and it's in color, and there's a lot more customization that I can do with this histogram. Now I can use the function trueHist. Now, there's another function called qplot. And qplot offers even more customization and more visual options than trueHist. Okay, so I know that that function, so I'm going to try to use that function. Let's see what happens first. So I'm going to do qplot and then the vector v, and then I'm going to specify the, for this one I have to specify the geometry, and it's going to be a histogram. Let's see what happens. So when I run this, I get the same error, could not find function qplot, right? And that is because qplot lives in another package. The package that qplot lives in is called ggplot2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to load the library ggplot2, which brings a lot of plotting functionalities and visualizations. So I'll try to run it. Let me run this command. And I get an error. It says there is no package called ggplot2. What this means is that the library ggplot2 did not come with my R installation, so I have to bring it from the internet. Okay? R provides an easy way to bring libraries from the internet through a command called install.packages. So let's try to use that. In order to use install.packages, I will do install.packages and then the name of the library within quotes. So in this case, ggplot2, and then I'll click enter. A bunch of things are going to happen, and I'm doing this in the console while it's installing the package. And then I'll get the prompt, this greater than sign, when it's ready. Now I can use the library command. So let's see if I run library command, and then let's run the library command. And it loaded it. It said, warning, package ggplot2 was built under whatever version. It doesn't matter. It was not an error. We have the library. Now let's run the plot, the qplot line. So I'm going to run it. And you can see the plot to the right. It's a different plot. It's a much more customizable plot. It's got different visuals, but I can customize it a lot more. Now on the left, we see that qplot is now deprecated. What that means is that the function qplot is going out of style, and I will have to use a different function in the future, but for now I can use it. The point here being that I can extend the functionality of R through the command library and bringing a library that has the functions that I need. And if that library is not installed, but I know it exists or that someone's created it, I can bring it with the command install packages, and then I can use the library command.